Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What?
34.
Hey,
Good afternoon,
22.
everybody.
hey, everybody. Let's go. Okay, let me do my
It's
usual.
5 o'clock. I gotta remember it's
5
afternoon
o'clock,
or
baby.
evening.
It's 5 o'clock, baby.
Grand risings. Oh no, that's in the morning. Evening rising.
Grand
What do that
evening.
mean?
Okay, breathe.
What do
I'm
grand
sorry.
rising mean?
I just be, like you communicate something and then still
It
be
don't
missed.
stick.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
It does happen sometimes.
All right, let me share
I
you
don't know what that is.
to my Facebook. Let's go. Here we geeked up.
It even auto corrects
Yeah, we
it for you
geeked
though.
up.
Like,
Hey everybody, what's going on with y'all? What's up?
all right, I try not to be. Who phone?
It's not mine.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson from last week. Okay, Mark, what's up?
Shit, chilling, same old shit. They be
That's your
trolling.
phone making that
No,
noise?
it's not
Yeah,
mine. It's not
somebody.
mine.
It was somebody. Somebody loves you, baby.
Ooh.
Ooh, somebody loves. That's your song, ain't it?
Okay, all right, Patty. Okay,
I still
don't
hear
forget
it.
my
You had
pies.
Shane Park today.
Don't forget my pies. Okay, I don't care what you do. Don't
Oh,
forget
no,
my
mine
pies.
down. Look, mine down. It's down,
Yeah,
down,
it's not
down.
I'm
mine.
like, I still hear that shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
How y'all be?
Giving you a chance to come into the room.
Welcome. My mommy, I got that hey from my mama. My mommy's like, hey.
Run for your life.
Nah, she ain't saying that.
none
Run
of
from your
that.
life. Run
All
from your
right.
life.
Hello, y'all. Hello, 14.
What's up, 16 now?
Oh,
What's
16
up? What's
on
up?
there.
What's
How y'all
up?
doing? How
Y'all
y'all
tap
doing?
in. Say hello.
Bonjour,
Speak back.
bonjour.
Hola.
Je m'appelle Shayna. Comment
Hola.
allez-vous?
Okay.
Et tu? Non. Je ne sais pas.
They sitting there like, what the hell are they talking about?
I don't even know what the fuck she talking about.
Listen, all I can say is $2 more. $2 more.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
$2 more. Hey, how y'all doing
Hey,
today? I
y'all,
hope y'all had a
what's up?
wonderful weekend.
Hey,
A wonderful week.
Hey.
How y'all feeling? So it's check-in time. What's up, Mark?
What's
Tell us
happening?
what's going on in your world.
What's happening?
Super
Superman.
Can I just keep in touch?
Where do I start, man? Another day in Gotham once
just
again.
feel
We had that situation with the young lady who was seen getting into the kidnapper-near on the east side of the
Kidnapper near.
The Wagoneer.
Did they find her?
yes, actually.
Was she
I
another one out
on-
being
it was-
fast?
You wasn't watching my live yesterday. I actually got some intel about where she was, and this person was. I can't give my sources. I can't give out the whole details.
So was she a runaway or
She
was
ran away. She ran away from Redford, right? And then she
Okay.
was seen getting in the Wagoneer off of Verner over here on the east side.
In the blue
Okay.
shorts, right?
Yeah, in the blue shorts. And then, I got a call that someone made a call about where she was, and they told me about the call, where the call was made from, where she was. And then when I went there, the police was there, and I just decided to hang out for a minute just to see if they was going to come out with any information. And the information they came out with was her.
Okay.
And
Well, I mean that's a good thing that she was unharmed, I guess.
most definitely.
But when it comes to like runaways, it's not really too much you can really say because at the end of the day, they're gonna go back home and they're gonna leave again.
Because it's the reason they
'Cause
running
it's the
away.
reason why they
If
running
you-
away.
until you
and-
get to the bottom of why she running
Apparently
away.
or allegedly, this wasn't the first time that this young lady ran away, so you might be right.
Oh yeah.
So
of
there's
course.
problems at home.
I used to be a
right?
runaway kid, so I understand. I
But
think
see, a lot of
Kids
times-
don't generally run away from spaces they feel safety.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
but what
true.
I was going to say is a
That's
dynamic
facts.
that we are not a lot of times considering is that some of these parents
Letitia.
are trying to keep these kids on the straight and narrow, and that is the reason why they're running away, right? Because these parents are, I guess, seen as too strict, right,
Nah.
to the kids.
Again, that's why I said kids
it's
don't
just
usually
they're not-
generally run away
yeah.
from places they don't feel safety in.
My
So
parents
whether-
were strict.
Whatever safety that is, it could be physical safety, emotional
Mental-
safety,
yeah.
mental
Right,
safety,
okay, I
like
got
you
I
know.
got
They were
And
pastors.
yeah,
Like I couldn't
yeah.
do nothing, but like I had a reason to like want to run away and stuff. So I
Yeah.
understand strict parenting. I understand parenting, but there's still a difference. You
It's
know, when you
something
feel
going
safe
on.
and when you feel unsafe. To continue to run away from home,
Like you would
something
rather
is going on.
you'd rather deal with the consequences of run away. Oh, I'm gonna get locked up. I don't
Yeah.
care. I would rather just
Yeah,
not
just
be
to
in
outweigh
this
that.
house.
Yeah, like I choose this
It's my choice.
over this. Like
why
that's
does
a
she
big,
keep
like
running?
yeah, that's a
That's
big
the
choice
question
right
that
there.
the
Like
mom need to be asked.
I
is,
choose to be in this
what's the
unsafe
reason
phase.
that
Well,
child-
here's
But that's not a
here's-
question that's asked.
Here's the thing about that, right? I actually spoke to this mother. I've been in communication with her over this whole ordeal, and she has told me that she's, more than willing to getting on the platform and speaking her side of the situation. You know what I mean? As well as the brother who took the picture. A lot of people was giving him flack for taking the picture as opposed to calling the police.
Yeah.
Right? And it was a lot of different things that were said. So I opened up the platform to both of them
Yeah.
to speak on.
Well, hopefully they come on and speak their, opinion or whatever.
I mean, speaking without action is pointless, right? Like, what's going
Yeah.
to change? She coming up here on here to speak for what?
She just, like he said, just
give
to
her
tell
her
her
space,
side
her
of the
side of the
story,
story.
so
I mean,
that
because
people won't look
everybody
at her
has-
as a villain.
when
everybody
things
has-
become a public opinion.
Yeah, everybody
so.
has speculation on why
Yeah.
she did or didn't do this, or all of
Yeah.
the elements that contributed to her daughter running away. So nobody can expound on that better than her. No different.
Yeah.
No different than the mother of the other young lady who was in the altercation that I was about to interview last week. Who?
Why you didn't interview?
Because she ended up backing out of it because it was.
Hey y'all, we see y'all.
It was too
She
much.
got confronted by the family members of the other girl that she fought at the practice. Both of those girls was on cheer teams, so that was something that was premeditated before they got to the damn concert.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she probably would rather not just get all that information out there.
Yeah,
But ain't
well,
no telling.
Yeah.
So I had a beautiful week. Okay, very beautiful. Yes, I had a wonderful week. Just know my week was wonderful. I tried some new things and I enjoyed it very well. And that's all I don't. Other than that, I don't know. My week was a blur. I just remember those highlight moments. So obviously it wasn't nothing too bad. But I'm here, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost as always. What about you, Shayna? How you feeling?
I'm good. I don't know. I just been in a mental space the last couple of days. But I'm good overall. I was in a car accident on Thursday.
I'm so grateful that you are
Yeah.
still here with us. Thank God.
I got hit by a drunk driver. So yeah, I'm good.
And I'm glad
just,
you look good. And you look
I
good.
just had a couple abrasions, on my
Just a
arm,
little
but
bruise,
it
just
ain't
a little
even. It was.
bruise.
I put some aloe vera on that. The next day it's gone because it was both. It was here. You see it
Yeah.
here, and then it's on my thigh too. But that was about it. My neck was sore for a second, and
I'm just so
yeah,
grateful. I'm so grateful that you're here.
I'm good.
You don't hear about it. And I know you had said that the actual drunk driver was messed up. Like he
Yeah,
was
he
really
couldn't even
messed
give
up.
his name to the police or anything. He actually was the one went to the hospital because he was bleeding and everything.
And a lot of times, the drunk drivers be the ones that be unharmed.
Yeah.
They be the ones that
Baby, you covered.
take the
okay?
less energy. Takes less
No,
energy.
his car had the less injury. He only had, stuff to the front end where he hit me, but my whole side of my car was just gone. Just
I just thank God you
so
here.
yeah, like just been in this a reflection space. I think more so just trying to be in this very like meditative and get ready to manifest some stuff because something happening with that because the accident happened on August 7th at 7:47. So I'm like something
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 going on.
right? Something happening.
Something going on.
Yeah, but no, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm good. I think I'm ready for a vacation.
Yeah.
I just like I need to go somewhere, but I don't
Weekly
know.
vacation. She always on
I
vacation.
ain't on weekly
It
vacation.
was
I ain't been on
monthly.
She
vacation.
get into
in
a
a
car
minute.
accident. Time for a vacation.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah,
I ain't been on
that's true.
vacation.
She
I ain't
was
been
going every month this
Well, I ain't
year.
been
She
nowhere
go to,
in a
she go,
long
she go to
time.
work
In a
for a
minute.
week.
It
Time
has
for a
been a minute.
vacation.
Yeah, I ain't been nowhere in a minute. I was supposed to go to New York on August 31st though, so I was supposed to be there, and then I was supposed to go to. I think I was supposed to go to Texas the week before that. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm here.
I think we do for a girls trip. I
Yeah.
think we do for a girls trip.
Yeah.
What you think, Alicia? How you feeling?
I'm trying to remember my week.
In those moments, you don't know if it's good or bad thing.
Dog, I know. I guess my week was good overall. Like, I just been in the space where just trying to figure things out as far as like people placement in my life, and just like I feel like I've been shown a lot of stuff this week, and it's time to like clip off dead ends and let certain things and people go. And I feel like I just found that, just did some self reflecting this week. I was able to shake some ass. I did.
We did.
I
We
did.
shook
I did
some ass
shake some
last night.
ass.
Okay.
What did I do Friday? I think I did something Friday too. I went to the Black Girl Picnic, and it was really black
That was
girly.
Saturday, girl. That was
Oh, it was
yesterday.
Saturday?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
shit.
yesterday.
Damn.
Same day you shake the ass. So
Same
Same
day.
day,
Yeah. So I did it.
Yeah.
So I
Food
ain't do
festival
nothing
yesterday.
Friday.
Y'all should have came to that
Yeah.
food festival yesterday.
I went last year. I didn't feel like coming in.
That was at Hard Plaza.
Black Girl Pet. No, it was at Avalon Village.
Avalon Village.
Yeah, Black Girl Picnic was yesterday. So
Yeah, that's where I went,
Yeah.
and then I shook ass later. But other than that, I had a really good weekend.
what you did on Friday?
I'm trying to figure it
Right.
out. That's why I was
I
like,
thought
what
you
did
went
I do?
somewhere on Friday. Cause where did y'all go? You
We
went,
did. Oh, you did.
I
go
went to
to
90s. I
You went to
did.
90s.
Yeah.
I went to Shadow Gallery on Friday.
Yeah, I went.
and I was at home with the
CT
babies.
Mixer. Shout out to the 04, Castec 04's reunion weekend.
Hey,
That's
Terrell.
next year.
But yeah.
I did
That's
go.
what-
Saturday,
that's
I
what
was
you-
so disappointed.
that's what
I
you
wanted
did.
to go to the Black Girl
Cause all of
Picnic
us sitting
so
there thinking for
bad.
you.
It was really black girly. Like
It's the fourth year.
Yeah.
Fourth year for
I'll
it.
be
next
there
year, when we go, we are really planning. It's gonna be bigger and better, and I can't wait. But it was,
I can
it was
only
nice.
imagine.
It was.
Listen, let me tell you something. Mama 90, we love you because we always end up back. Like, we gonna come to you. We love you, Mama 90.
Well, that's a spot where I feel safe. I'm not gonna lie. Like most of these bars, you can't feel safe. I remember on my birthday a couple years back, I think I was at Opium or something, and I was dancing, and some bitches pulled my hair from the back, snatched my whole wig off on my birthday, like that shit. Honey me. That shit, honey me. I didn't even know these hoes. It's just like.
So did you whoop ass or they dip? Like,
Nah, they
afterwards?
end up getting put out, and we still stayed in there afterwards. Like I was with people. It was long fucking story. I didn't even know these hoes or why they were mad or
Bitch,
anything.
you just be mad.
And
Ain't
just
you,
for
didn't
no
you just say that
reason,
earlier,
so,
Mark? Bitch,
like-
you just be mad for no reason.
That stopped me from going places a long time. Where I was like in the house until like recently hanging out with y'all, and then like Shayna introduced me to 90s, and I've been going there ever since. Even started going without her. Like yeah, that's my spot. It's just like I like the vibe there, and so I don't know. That'd be my to-go
Like I
place.
said, Shadow Gallery was cool. That's why I'm gonna be out on Fridays.
So you liked it?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, so it's every Friday?
I don't know. I'm gonna check and see if they got
Okay.
Afrobeats every Friday, but it was great. The DJ was great. It was the
sick.
best Afrobeats DJ that I've
Okay.
ever.
I'm sick of
experienced.
you and
They had
Geronda.
upstairs and patio area is nice.
I
so.
know y'all had the ball. She
Yes.
FaceTimed me too. I was like,
Yeah, it
"Ugh,
was
don't
nice.
FaceTime me while you out having a good time without me. Geronda, this is for you. Don't FaceTime me while
Well,
you
she
out
texted
having
me
a good
yesterday
time.
talking about where you at, and I told her, and she talking about I might be on my way. Never heard from her. Was
Right.
you on your way?
Geronda, a reply.
Where you at,
Let
girl?
me see. I'm about to tag her ass in it. Stop playing.
All right, well, let's get into it, y'all.
Yeah.
We had some good weekends, some weeks. It sounds like, with the exception of a few hiccups or whatever. Alicia was talking about trying to find place, for people in her life or whatever. So that's what we're talking about today. A child's place.
Yes, a child's
That's
place.
child's place. So you tagged her for I just
Yeah, I was gonna tag her. Shit. Listen, I ain't one. I'll call you out.
call her out. But no, a child's place. So this is a continuance of our Lifting the Rug series.
Yes, lifting a rug.
With our Lifting the Rug, just talking about the shit that we don't talk about, all the stuff that we sweep under the rug, all the stuff that's hidden, all the stuff that's taboo to talk about, but we all talk about it, right? It's so funny. It's weird, like we hide it, but people getting judged for all the stuff. So let's open it up and talk about it. So, a child's place. Is what we
To
talking
be
about.
honest, what is a child's place? Like, what is a child's place to you?
So when I think about a child's place, I think about just the saying of it. I just think about people say, stay in a child's place, stay in a child's place. And I think about the lack of clarity of what that means. I think that sometimes when it's said, especially in an older generation, it was just meaning shut up.
It was. And it was.
Hey man, shut up.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Get out of here. We don't want to explain nothing to you, right? We don't care about your feelings, right? Like, you know.
You have no voices.
You have no voice here, right? Like you are less than, less of, is what I get from like that idea of like when they say it, stay in a child's place. But overall, like a child's place for me, is one of like freedom to be, to make mistakes, freedom to be a kid, freedom to be innocent, freedom to, you know, just mess up, freedom to be vulnerable. Freedom to be curious, right, and innocent, all of that. I feel like that's what a child's place is. But what we may deem or dictate as a child's place, I think, impedes a lot of that, like freedom that a child is supposed to have.
I feel like our generation, when it comes to a child's place, is wherever they place the child. Right. And meaning, like, you got a lot of children or kids in a home where they're the oldest kid, and the mom is expecting them to cook or to clean or to watch their younger child. And so when you say to them, say in a child's place,
where is that?
Where is that? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you put them in this situation, you gave them this responsibility. So in their head, they're not a child because this is not their child that they're watching. You know what I'm saying? So you took their innocence, you took that. So you have no right to tell them to stay in a child's place when you're putting them in adult situations. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
stay in a child's place until I need you.
Yes.
Until I, and that's
Until I
basically
need
what.
you. And
When
then
it's
welcome
convenient.
to
I was about to say
adulthood.
when it's convenient
Yeah.
for me.
But then at that, welcome to adulthood.
Welcome to
Yeah,
adulthood.
and then
But don't
it's-
step too close.
No,
Then go back
not
to
too
the
close.
child.
They
Yeah.
don't realize. I think our generation don't realize how they are forcing kids nowadays into adult spaces, and then you want, because you're the mom or because they're young, oh, you stay in a place or you be quiet, you shouldn't have these feelings or these emotions because you're a child. But yet you force them to. You're forcing them to grow up. You are forcing them to experience adult activities, adult situations, you know, and you forcing them to be an adult until it's convenient for you. You know, when they go against something that you don't stand for, it goes against something that you don't like, then it's stay in this place, this box. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm watching the kid, your child, when I'm cooking the food for your child, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in the child's place. It's okay for me to operate in this adult space.
And then also in that, you know, it's this day and age is what their parents allow, because you don't necessarily have to force these on these kids, but like if they're doing something that is not childlike, instead of correcting them, you encourage it. Like I saw a video, and this girl, she had to be like 7 years old, and the mama was like, she acting like me. She'll sit y'all ass the fuck down, and y'all get on my, like, you think this type of stuff is funny. So when she come to that point and she start disrespecting you, like, bitch, who you talking to? And now you like, you my kid, I'm your mama, but it's what you allow. And like, I feel like a child's place, like you said, Shayna's like just having that freedom. Like, kids should be able to have that freedom so they don't have to worry about, you know, the perfect saying back when we were kids and younger, you ain't got no reason to be depressed, you ain't got to worry about no bills, and you ain't got to worry about this. But back then they still forgot that we were human.
Yeah,
like it's still, you know, you
a child's
can
place
still
is
go
still
to school,
be human. It's still
yes,
to be,
you could,
right,
and
with all of
those
those
emotions
issues,
still
yeah.
come. So like this new generation is fucking our kids up because they don't know what a child's place is. I'll tell my kids in a minute,
so you're saying this new generation is fucking our kids up because they don't know what child's. The old generation
because
fucked us up. They know what a child's place was.
I would say that, but in
Generations.
the older, I would say it's a difference.
It's
though.
just generational
Because when we were
curses.
younger, granted, but when we were younger, it was a separation. It was like, okay, y'all go be in a kid's place, don't talk. Now it's more of a freedom that they do adult things. I
think it's put like give and pull with that too. I think there were certain things that, like, yeah, they separated us, like, oh, we in here talking, but you was still cooking for the family.
Yeah,
you
you
was still
was
doing the
still
stuff.
cooking.
Like,
Yeah,
you was
you was
still
still doing
a part
stuff.
of like adult like things that you were supposed to keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, especially if like your parents was not cool with each other. like you have to take sides or you have to
Yeah.
be in the space.
I
with them.
never,
Like,
I never
yeah,
been
like,
taught how to be in a child's place. I don't even know what that is. Like you said, it's about the place that the parents put them into, which can be true because I was never put in. This is what kids do. This is what adults do. I had to learn that on my own as I got older. Like, oh no, this is what this is too old. This is too advanced.
I can say, growing up being the oldest girl in my household, it was like I felt like I was put in situations too early, and then when I had a voice or anything against the grain of what their norm was for me, and then it was just like, oh, you're disrespectful, or you're talking back, or you doing this. But I just felt as a child I earned the right to do that. Just like you in here cooking, I'm doing it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying bills, but I'm watching these kids. These kids are not mine. I'm responsible for doing this, and if I don't, there's a consequence for me, right? And so I felt like you're gonna hear my mouth anyways because I got to do what you say anyway. So what's the worst gonna happen? I'm gonna get a whooping. I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna still talk my shit. And that's how I was, real shit. As a kid, it's like, all right, the worst you gonna do is whoop me. I'm gonna take that, but you still gonna hear what I got to say because I feel like the only reason why I'm saying this because you put me in this place.
Right.
So if I
That's what I
can
was
watch
gonna
the
say.
kids, if I can cook the dinner, if I got to take on these responsibilities for being the older child, you should take on what hearing me and hear what I feel and know
the audacity for you to do that. Wow.
what?
It's when the child is challenging the parent or holding them accountable.
Yeah.
The parent want to say,
Yeah.
stay in your
Yeah.
place until
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
you to be a place filler for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until I need you to play my role. Until I need you to play my part.
Now
Yeah,
being
sure.
being an adult. Now imagine a child telling an adult, "Well, staying in an adult's place."
That would be funny. I would definitely,
Get
if I
slapped
heard
down.
that, I would be
We
like,
got a lot of
damn.
childish ass adults out here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I noticed that like when becoming as a child looking at adults, it was the thought like that like you had things together or you knew what you were doing like when you became an adult, and then becoming an adult is like, nah, they just out here
No.
figuring this shit
Yeah.
out. And it's like, just faking it till you make it. It ain't
Yeah.
nothing that you just switch over automatically going, now I'm an adult and this is how adult works. Because a lot of the things that I see adults do are just childlike things. Just
Yeah,
you're
of
just in a
course.
bigger body.
Because
Yeah.
they're still in the child's place.
Yeah.
You got some adults still operating in the child's place because they were never able to fully be a child.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't understand like how parents
That's
expect, you know what I'm saying, to give you something they never got or they never experienced. So they're just operating and moving in the space that they feel is right. I feel like me and my siblings physically, we got whoopings, but there were beatings. I'm talking about with 2x4 water hose and shit. There were beatings. So when I was like, when I have my kid, I ain't gonna whoop my child. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So that shaped me to like where I barely touch my child. And then it's just like, all you know and all you can go off of what I'm not gonna do that hurt me, that my parents did to me. So you try, you know what I'm saying, to not do that to your child, but you're still operating out of fear. You're still operating. So it's like you really don't know. You just doing what didn't work for you.
Because even in navigating that, there's still pieces missing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
with that,
so you don't
So
know.
because there's no balance, because that's how you get those. When people say like your child as your friend versus like
Yeah.
being that parent,
That
because you're
parent,
like, okay, I don't want to be my child, so I'm just gonna be lax on everything,
Yeah.
and I'm just
I'm
gonna let
gonna do
this.
this.
It's like, it don't-
and that balance don't
I don't
be
have to
there.
beat them because it didn't work for me, so
Yeah.
I'm barely gonna touch them. But sometimes your kids need an ass whooping.
I
But I
agree.
was so scarred, like I'm not gonna touch this nigga because our parents operated too. When they did chastise or discipline us, they were already angry. And I noticed, like, if I discipline my child when I'm angry, I'm going to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I have to walk away. I have to calm myself down and get to a place where I'm not angry and discipline, where I'm really disciplining him out of love and not anger. And a lot of times our family and our parents did that. So
Hey,
you
they
don't
ain't
really.
do that at all. It was just smacking people. whooping
Yeah,
their
like,
ass.
and because they're angry,
Listen, my
you
mama
know?
whooped me one time, and she got so mad because I didn't cry that she literally tried to beat tears out of me. Like, she hit me with belt buckles and everything. You ain't crying. You think you tough. And I'm just like, okay, you want tears? Here they go. Like, certain things as a child you get accustomed to. Like you said, if I'm going to get my ass whooped, yeah, I'm going to speak my mind. As a child, I definitely, wasn't able to, as a kid, I wasn't able to be or taught as a child's, what is a child's place, because I was never placed in it. I was placed in being very independent. It was me and my brothers. I got a whole bunch of y'all out there. Shout out. But anyway, as kids, I was raised by them. versus actual parents, and they didn't know what the fuck they was doing. They like, shit, I'm just out here like you know. But I'm forced to look up to them, and you know, my older brother, he like, shit, I ain't want to do that. I ain't want to be your daddy. Like, I don't want to. You know, with so much resentment towards each other because we was forced in that situation.
And
too.
then your parents, because he wasn't allowed to be a kid. He wasn't.
Yeah.
So as an adult, it's like that's why you have childish parents and like grown ups who still operate and do childlike kid like thing because they still a kid at heart. And then it's just like they didn't have the space, the time, or the opportunity to fully be a kid. And so you see them doing childish things or being childish. You're like, why are you acting like a kid? Because the nigga really is a kid. You know what I'm saying? And like until he experienced that or be able to like live through that and go through those emotions, it would never be right because he never had that place. And so you have the parents who want to be the friend because they wanted a friend and then they didn't get that. And so all it is that I think with our generation is doing the opposite of what was done to us.
I think it's just not no balance in that though, because honestly, I don't, you know, I hear people say things like, you know, the people out here want to be friends to their kids. Honestly, I don't think it's a problem with you being friends with your kids.
Oh no,
like,
not at all.
Why wouldn't you want to be your kid friend?
That's that
like,
safety net.
Yeah,
to
like
where they actually
there's
feel
safety
comfortable
that's,
with you.
that's in there, right? Like, but it doesn't mean be their friend solely, right?
Yeah.
Like you still have to be parent as well and have that balance with that where parent has to trump some of that. Because it's the safety thing, as we were talking about earlier with the kids who run away from home. You know, there's a feeling of not being safe, and I definitely understand from the parents and like these kids is something else and they don't listen, all that. But it's still at the end of the day, there's some safety there that they don't feel safe, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. They're not feeling heard, they're not feeling seen, they've been just told to stay in the child's place, but they do all the stuff in the house and everything. Some kids pay bills, right? Because you know, back in the day they
try to give me a bill.
They put your name and some stuff
Yeah.
in quick. By the time
parents trying to give me
your
a
credit bad.
My mama
got a job. You gonna get this bill, teaching you responsibility. That ain't no damn responsibility.
You just need my name.
Yeah.
I will learn that.
Sure.
No, I just feel like, you know, I'm very grateful because of everything that I have been through. I've took little bit from little bit. Like I had a lot of resentment towards my mom, and when I got older, like you said, Alicia, people can only do what they're taught, and she didn't have that outspoken side of her to stand up. But like everything that I said, she like, I know, I understand it, but I couldn't do that with my mama. I ain't had no voice. You was forced. My mama was forced into Taekwondo. She hated it. She hated it. She was like, yeah, I did this all my life. You know, my grandpa, he's a master at it. He had schools and stuff out, and that's what she was. That's what she became. So when she had her kids, she didn't know how to raise kids because she was always treated as you a competitor. You are a player.
Yeah.
You know, we got a whole little team. Like we not doing kid stuff. We competing. Y'all getting up every morning. My granddaddy tried to do that to us. You know what me and my cousins did. I love y'all, and I'm definitely telling this. Okay. My granddaddy used to get us up every morning for like the summer, like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll go to Belle Isle, run, do push-ups, sit-ups. He would have us do all this training. We went to Canada one day to fight. Everybody lost. And we was in a van on our way there like, I ain't winning no more. Because we used to win. I'm like, I ain't winning no more. I don't want to do this shit no more. So everybody was like, we gonna lose. My granddaddy, I swear to this day, I feel shit. I love you, Grandpa, but I do feel like he definitely disliked all of us at that moment. Like, get them kids. Like, we all lost.
Y'all didn't have to fight no more after that?
No. He was like, no, we some winners, and y'all went over there like y'all ain't know what y'all was doing, and we was like, we don't, you know, we was kids playing a dumb role, like we don't know, we tired.
I think that's a interesting aspect too. Like a lot of times, like kids are taken out of this child's place because parents want to live vicariously through their children.
Of course.
To be engaging in things that they didn't get a chance to do, or do things that they wanted to do, or you know, they have their expectation that their child is going to be like them, and then when the child is the opposite,
then it's I don't like you.
It's
you
like
even
you got it too in a negative way.
I disown you.
When I grown up, I was growing up. I was like thick, pretty, you know, thick, and I was looked at like I'm fast. Right, so it's like
because of your shape.
Yeah, so it's you're gonna get pregnant, or you're gonna do this, or you know, I couldn't date, I couldn't do this. It was already like I was gonna be fast. I was doing this, like they were trying to protect me from something, and then it was like, all right, where the hurt was coming from was the house. So it was like there was no protection. So it was like when I got the taste to go outside, it was like I wanted to do everything that it was like they told me that I was doing anyways. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm doing this, you label me as this. So let me go out and have a choice to do it on my own. You know, then I had those rebellious stage where it's like, now you can't tell me shit. Because it's like, what you're trying to save me from, you know what I'm saying, is that the problem is in the inside of the home, and you're looking at me like it's my fault, like it's what I'm wearing, or it's my shape is the issue, or why I'm getting this type of attention. I didn't ask for this, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ask to be shaped like this. I didn't ask for any of that. And so to put that on me as a kid, to carry that like really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of places I couldn't go, or a lot of things I couldn't do because of what you thought I was gonna do. Oh, you might do this, or you might do this, or you fast and you this, and it was like it just wasn't the case. I really just wanted some freedom. I was in church every day, praise team, praise dance. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go to school events and stuff, and it was just like, wow, like to be so sheltered, and it's like you trying to save me from the very thing that's causing, like, it's in the house. You know what I'm saying? Parents don't look in first. They, oh, it's you, it's because you doing this, it's because you wearing that. It's because
implementing the trauma that they're trying to protect you from.
Yeah, and it's like they're causing it. You're the cause of my pain.
And you know what's crazy? As far as that, like, I feel like looks play a part too, as far as knowing or deciphering the difference between a child's place. Because as soon as you grow boobs, now you an adult. Now you
smelling yourself.
Yes. Now you because you shapely. I've been shapely my whole life. I always had a small top and a big bottom, wide bottom. And as a kid, 8, 9 years old, back in the day, you remember they used to hump. They used to be driving honk, pulling people. Like, I wasn't looked at as a kid because of my body. I was looked at as a teenager or an adult because of how I was shaped.
And that's crazy that onus of like the adult thoughts and the adult sexualization of things is placed on a child. Like, because it's their fault.
It's my fault.
And it's again, there's that safety life piece, right? Like, girls are probably hearing about it like soon as they go through puberty, soon as they have a period, don't you be going out here getting pregnant, don't you be going. And so then that creates a distrust or not even feeling safe in your own body. Right, like you don't have
trying to cover up oversized
your
clothes,
body, you know that
I used to do that.
Or going the opposite way from it, like cover up, or even just being more explicit. Because to say, okay, now I'm understanding, like, oh, it's a lot of power that these adults are given in this space just because I'm shaped a certain way or I can look a certain way, and so you start to get over into that. And so I really, really hate when, and this has happened like recently, like when you post like, you know, missing girls or girls who run away, first responses that be on them posts, these fast girls nowadays, these like all of the ownership is on them, all of the responsibility is on them. Like
the girl that I just posted, right? Tori, I can't remember her last name, and the shorts that she was wearing, right? And the mother and the grandmother said that not only was those not her shorts, but she don't dress like that. She don't got clothes like that. So,
but you know the power in that.
But a lot of times these kids, right, get the clothes from their friends or from somewhere else and put them on.
I borrow
by way of leaving school with the regular clothes and then put them on wherever they're going. So so it's like,
you know what, I used to do that, but I used to do it differently. I used to wear my brother's clothes a lot, and I was with my brothers. We played football, and when I got older in high school, I started showing, middle school, I say 7th, 8th grade, I started wearing like my clothes, and the uniform pants used to have my butt big as hell, and I used to pay attention to the reaction. I used to be like, bro, can I wear your pants? He like, man, you always want to let me wear your pants, because they was a little baggier, so it didn't show as much shape, and I didn't get that much type of attention.
So the little girl probably, if, you know, those wasn't her clothes or whatever, she was obviously exposed to something, you know, that that made her have this type of reaction that causes like a chaining effect to everything. I'm pretty sure she didn't just wake up and like, I'm going to decide to wear these shorts. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what social media, internet,
she didn't just wake up.
But that's what they make it seem. They make it seem like people, when they make these comments, they make it seem like inherently this child came out like this, and she was born. She was just some troublemaker that just came out and
we
was
can
like,
sit the girl down. It's some shit that didn't happen. She probably didn't been touched on or by somebody. You know, it's something that didn't happen where she's acting out now, and it's not just she trying to be fast. It might be a call for help. You know what I'm saying? She might be out there searching and looking for something that she think that the nigga might get in the car. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why she in the car. So I don't look at it like, no, she fast. She this.
No,
I'm looking at she's hurt.
damaged,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
She's
So
definitely
this
damaged.
just brought to my mind just this thought that boys are afforded more time to be in a child's place versus girls.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%. Well, I ain't gonna say solely, but what I
and a
get
lot
what
of
you're saying.
not so.
I get
Like,
what you're
of course,
saying.
we're not like generalize
Like,
everybody's
mother be
different
quick
situation.
to let her son stay in the house until he 20,
That's
30
what I'm
years
saying.
old. But you a woman, you got a period, you gotta go. Whether she got kids or don't, no, you gotta get out. You trying to challenge me? I'm the only woman in this house. You gotta go.
Well, I guess then we have to think about it from those roles, right? So maybe like, you know, the girl can't stay, and that because she's getting from not only from the mother's end but society end as well. But I'm also thinking about like the boys growing up, like, you know, the male influencers or, you know, people that are in their life, like, you got to be a man, you got to grow up. So we do, like, you know, we adultify our boys as well, like, okay, especially the, you know, single mothers. I'm not saying this is everybody or whatever, but some of the time you hear, now you're the man of the house now.
Oh yeah.
And that's a big, like, what does that mean for a
For a
12-year-old
I feel like,
or
yeah.
5-year-old? Yeah, like, you know.
I feel so. I can't even front because I feel bad for those situations, and I've watched it where a 9-year-old was responsible for a 6, a 2, and a 1-year-old, or 6 to 2 and a few. Like, you responsible, you the man because you the oldest. You know, the husband, baby daddy, whatever gone. So now I got to teach you how to be a man. How are you teaching a 9-year-old, 8-year-old how to protect you, and you're the parent? Because comes with being a man is protection. Comes with being that in
David
that role.
said it could be that the child doesn't abide by the rules of the house as well.
That's kind of what I said. You know what I mean?
Which
Some of
can,
the- some
I
of
mean,
the
it
times
could
the
be
parents
true,
are
but
so-called too strict.
I still, to be honest, this is just my opinion. A lot of things when it comes to these kids, I don't blame these kids. I blame parents. Because regardless of whatever, they are taught by you. When you the first person that teaching your kids yes and no. Yes and no. Besides the internet, besides any other, you in your household, you are teaching your kids yes and no at the beginning.
One of the things that children thrive on, well, two things children thrive on is consistency and structure. So if you're not consistent, because there's a lot of parents I hear saying, I got these rules in the house and I got these things that they say,
but they let them slide.
They let them slide, or the parents aren't even consistent with their own things. The parents aren't consistent with their own time or whatever, and then they're like, oh no, they just don't listen. Well, no, you ain't been consistent or structured. That's the follow through, right?
Yeah, you gotta
ain't
follow
been
through.
consistent. You ain't had no structure. You ain't had none of this for all this time. But as soon as they hit a certain age, or they do, and you're just, a lot of times what I find with parenting, and I find myself sometimes too, like, you know, having really to check myself. A lot of times we're just regurgitating a lot of the stuff that we grew up with, even if we like really don't believe in it, right? Like, especially if we just don't know what to do, right? We don't know what to say. We don't know what the explanation is for it. So we just say, just because I said so.
I say that.
Do it because I said so.
Well,
you know,
see,
kind of thing.
my
What
son
I
asked me
learned
that.
is I break it down, and for my daughters, because they are at that age, like they are 11 and 9, baby. I don't want to have to square up with them. I will, just if y'all get to see. Yeah, I will if I have to. But raising them now is like being very vocal. So like at moments where I'll be, and they'll tell you in a heartbeat. They'll be like, oh, if she get mad with you, I need my space. Give me my space because you deserve yours. I deserve my space. Come back 10 minutes. We'll have this conversation or whatever. And it's just like I got caught up the other day. Me and Kaya was talking, and Ava was ear hustling. She like, well, why I can't go? Why I can't go? I said, what are you talking about? Well, I just heard y'all. I said you were chiming in and you heard bits and parts of our conversation, whether it's adult or kid or whatever, kid friendly. You were over here. We were talking. So you don't understand nothing that we're talking about because you are your ears. So if even if you overhear something, but like addressing it like that, it was like, I couldn't be mad because I knew where I was at. I was around her or whatever. But it's like some things you don't have to ask questions about because it wasn't, referring to you. If I had, if I was talking to you, then I would, converse with you, not with Auntie Kaya. So therefore, that's when you got to know your position is if just mind that. Like, just don't
But that's different.
intervene.
That's some clarity though there for that. Like that's something different than like, like wilding out on a kid because of that.
Yeah, but that's why I said
that's
I
something different than
I try my
like
hardest.
it's communication and saying like, hey, some things aren't for you. You're not gonna understand some things. If I'm talking to someone else, I'm not talking to you right now. But I think in a lot of cases, we still treat children as like something to be had, right? Like, and that's it. So like being able to hear a child or like be there to understanding and listening to what they got to say, we don't do that. And I was listening to Mark, you had somebody on your podcast, that chick that night. Y'all went to go look for her daughter. Her daughter was on there, and they was going back and forth with each other. And I was just sitting there listening, like, this whole thing a mess. I was like, and she clearly ain't listened to nothing her daughter is saying. That baby very articulate.
And for her to,
you talking about the one with the teenage?
She was a teenager.
Yeah.
She was telling her mom. She was like, I don't know why my mama like pretending like she didn't know where I was at. She knew clearly where I was at. They like was telling two like different stories about things. Cause the impression I got was it was just mama was just trying to like enforce something that probably didn't make no sense, enforce something that she's not really consistent on, enforce something because she herself was a child like mother herself, right? And
it's okay though. It's okay.
But the thing too, I think people be pushing, like the parents be pushing against, or kids be pushing against kids who, and I was one of the kids who are very intelligent and very aware, and they recognize that with their parents have some lack somewhere, and they're like I can, so they're gonna they're gonna do some things, right? And the parent gets frustrated and mad because the parent can't keep up, or the parent
and
don't
also
understand.
they become embarrassed, like
they become embarrassed.
You know how like a lot of some parents like I know a few that allow their daughters to do anything, you know what I'm saying, as when we were younger, oh, you can have company, you can have this, but if the police was called, like, oh, it's kids over here, they snuck in my house because she was embarrassed.
They try to cover it. Yeah,
allowed.
They
she didn't want to
covering
get
it,
looked
yeah.
at differently, or didn't want to get judged. No, I didn't let them smoke, girl. You was smoking with us. You was passed me the blunt, but it's like, no, I didn't. You been, because of the embarrassment of what you allow.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? She can't say anything about a child's place because she allowed us to do grown up stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, the parents that be like, you gonna smoke? I'd rather you smoke with me versus smoke with anybody else. No, you gonna smoke when you become an adult, when you can.
What's an adult?
An adult, 18. You can get
so it's just that 18
and
just automatically you just watch the They can't smoke at 18. You gotta be 21 to smoke.
This is when they could buy some cigarettes. This is what I tell my kids, okay? And this is the honest God truth. When they ask me, and I be like, yep, this is grown up stuff. When you get grown, you can do it. Right now, you cannot because you are a child. And the only reason why, because you don't have no knowledge of it. What is it? It's grown up juice. Exactly. That's what you know.
But I just think that's interesting though too. Like in the concept of a child's place is like 17, you a child. Tomorrow you're not. Not a child no more. Now I'm
there are
like
some kids out here who are really intelligent and wise beyond their years, which mean and they're just put in this box because of age or I'm a child, but they're wise, they're wisdom, and the knowledge and stuff they have is not childlike, and it has to do with situations that they were put in and have to do with growth within themselves. And a lot of times you can't say a child is a child or go based off age with children these days, because my baby said something to me that I was like, God damn, like it made sense.
That's that spirit though thing,
you know what I'm saying?
That ancestor that's
it made sense. And so it's like a lot of times we have to listen to these babies. A lot of times we are not always right. A lot of times they need to come out of these child place and I have to operate in an adult place because we're too in this box, or we're too naive to see that the kids is right.
That age thing,
you know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with age. Like, these babies are becoming wiser. These babies are speaking up. These babies have a voice that we didn't have. My son said something to me this morning, and I was like, damn, if I said that to my parent a couple years ago, I would have got backhand in the face. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, wow, to sit there and listen, like, he right. Yeah. What he said had some substance to it. You know what I'm saying? I can't look at him like that's my kid. That's a child because of his age. I had to listen to what he said because wisdom has no years.
Right. Yeah. He can still be child. Like, but he still can be child and have wisdom. Right. Yeah. Like being a child doesn't mean being unheard But that age thing is arbitrary anyway, because 18 ain't nothing.
Well, only reason why I say 18 because obviously that's when you're at the age where you can go into a store and buy some cigarettes.
No, you can't. You gotta be 21.
You gotta be 21.
They raised it, yeah. They 18. It's 21.
But like my kids, I always tell my kids when they become adults, like when they ready, because young girls are so used to their mother saying you got to be gone at a certain age.
Yeah.
And my daughter came to me, Addie, she said, yeah, my friend said that her mama said she got to be out the house before she turned 18. You gonna kick me out, mama? I said, girl, no. I said, you gonna kick yourself out. You ain't gonna want to stay with me. She's
you ain't an adult. You're not an adult till you're 26.
You're not an adult until you are able to, I feel like, 26
You're
is
not
I
an
guess
adult
is
until
age.
you experience some
because
shit.
at 26, that's when your kids
5-year-olds don't experience some shit, so they adults.
Yeah.
No, they
experience
not.
some shit.
No, you ain't an
hear me
adult.
say that?
Your brain don't fully develop until
No,
you're 26.
I agree with you, Shani, because ain't that's the age where
Your
your
brain
kids
fully
have to go off your life?
No, I'm not basing it off of social. I'm basing it off of developmental. When your brain fully develops at 26, so you're not fully able to make executive decisions. Like your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed until you're 26.
My shit
so y'all
still not developed.
Right. So y'all, I've only been an adult for 11 years.
Let me read this.
Right. I've only been an adult for yeah. I've only been an adult for 11
Let me read
years.
Let me read this. So, do y'all think some of this behavior is prevented if there are two parents?
It's the quality of the parenting, not the number of the parents.
Yeah, it's not the number. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the quality, because you can have two parents and still
be
fucked up.
fucked.
Like,
I had two parents. And I had three.
I still
Bad
have
parents, right? Stepmama, stepdaddy,
and I'm
mama, daddy,
I had a
grandparents.
wonderful auntie and I'm still fucked up.
Right.
It don't
Sure.
matter.
Nah, it's the
Whether
quality.
and even when it comes to a village, you can have a village behind you, and if everybody fucked up, everybody
But
fucked up.
everybody toxic in the village, right? Like it's an unhealthy
Like
village.
that girl that was fighting, her mama or something got on live, and she was a booster and she.
That's the one we talking about. Yes, that's the one he was supposed to
I'm
interview.
like,
Yeah, so that's her village. She got her mama. She got the people
they
that's
fucked
around her.
up.
It's just.
Hey,
Nah.
I'm gonna say it. That is fucked up. It's fucked up how you
Yeah.
teach your kids how to scam and you steal your own shit. I ain't stealing for you. Better go in there and get your own shit. Like it's just really bad.
Is
parenting.
raised differently. We see that everybody household is different. I don't think whether it's a two parent or one parent, both parents, regardless, everybody's situation
parent
is totally different. Everybody is being raised different. We will hope it's with the same core values or something like but everybody is different. Some people can smoke and chill with their mama. Some people are allowed to cuss in the household. Some kids cooking dinner at 3, or like you asked somebody, she said when you able to use the microwave. So you know what I'm saying? Like kids are being left home to watch other kids. And so you can't say what's a child place, because this child is going through something totally different than the child across the street. You know what I'm saying? This child may not experience the hurts and
that's
the
why I
pains
like
that
what
this
you
child
said
do.
when you
know?
said you feel like a child's place is wherever the parent place them, because it's the truth though. Like, and no matter what the society think, it's about wherever that parent placed that child.
What you allow that child to
And that's
do.
unfair because
To the child.
It's
It
fucked
is.
up,
many
but
different, like,
yeah,
places.
Because society
that's
gonna
why
view-
all of us is fucked
Yeah,
up.
that society gonna view that child as being disrespectful. But if
Yeah.
you allow your child to have a voice in your home, you know what I'm saying? She's not
Yeah.
disrespectful. To everybody else who don't understand you and your child relationship, she's disrespectful. If your child is allowed to smoke in your house and they come to somewhere else and somebody see it, oh, he's disrespectful, or your child is rude or not being in a child's place. But how? You don't know that I've been smoking with my child since not me. But them parents, I've been smoking with my child. I said I'd rather him smoke with me than get it out there in the streets. You got them parents. Or I'd rather they drink with me than get it out there in the streets. You got those parents. So if I'm drinking with my child at age 15, you know what I'm saying? You looking at my child like that is the place. I allow that in my household. You don't know.
So that's when it's that
You
difference.
don't know
like,
what's
hey,
going
I
on
can't
in none of
I
these
can't
households.
do nothing about it.
You
I just feel so bad for children because they go through so much, and especially like being in two different households. I love my daughter, and my daughter is in a fight right now because he's a daddy. He's a real, like, one of those, my baby girl, I don't give a fuck. Nobody can say nothing to her. I'm shooting up the whole world. So then she come from me where I taught her, obedience and, respect. So it's like, regardless of adult, what's right and wrong. If you have any question to where you have to question this adult, you come to me, and let me deal with it versus don't call my daddy. My daddy said this, So it's like, when you have those different type of parenting styles on that child, it's gotta be rough. it's got to be rough because it's like, okay, I know mama said this is disrespectful, but my daddy said it's not because he, I don't need to care about no other adults but him and my mama. So it's these kids. It's
And that
it's a
roughness,
hard life.
And that roughness, again, this is where we're talking about that child's place. Like, even just develop, like, I definitely get a child's place is socially where we put them at, right? But developmentally, right? Like, that in some spaces they may not be able to understand and making these like very hard and complex decisions, right?
Yeah.
And
They're
especially
trying to
the
please
between,
you or don't wanna
And they don't want to make you
Yeah.
sad or make you upset.
yeah.
I caught myself bald head today, and I was like, I need to get my hair done. Bald head. My son said, "No, why did you say that?" I said, "Because I am, son. I'm bald head." He said, "No, you're not bald head. You just got little hair."
I knew something was coming.
Listen, you just got little hair.
You just got little
Perspective.
hair.
Like, listen, no, you not.
Perspective.
Don't say that. He was hurt that I said that about myself. And he said he was so serious. I barely about to cry. He said, "Why you say that?" I said, "Son, I am. I'm bald head." He said, "No,
He loves
you're
you
not
for
bald
who you are.
head." He said, "You just got."
But
little
he being
hair."
honest. He said it in a
Perspective.
better way.
Yeah,
He
listen,
said
it
it
is
like-
Perspective.
Yes.
Perspective.
It's just like just the certain stuff that
Perspective.
he say to me at 5. I'd be like, "You right, son.
You right.
I'm not bald head. Like,
got little
you hear
hair.
me? I just got little hair. Let me think of life like that. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
It's a whole different
Yes.
perspective.
That's why it's
Yeah.
important to listen
Sometimes
to your
kids,
kids.
yes, there's no place for them. Their places are places in the world. Everybody
Yes.
in this shit together. Like, I can't place him in the box. Like, you don't even know what bald head is. Like, but no, it just that hit me and touched me on so
You
many
seen it as
different
you
levels.
insulting yourself.
Yeah,
so
like-
much. It's like it was an insult for him.
And then
like,
it was like he see kids see stuff so differently. I done said me and my son and then had conversations. Like, I don't know who hell told him he a Scorpio. He don't listen, but he told that to his dad. His dad was like, "I don't know why you don't listen." He like, "I'm a Scorpion. I don't listen." I'm like, I don't know who he was around, but it was like these kids. You know what I'm saying? They're talking.
We
they're
forget.
aware.
We forget. Like, kids are the closest things to the source.
Yeah.
Like, they just came from there, right? And so we like
wise.
we dismiss a lot of that. A lot of the things I learned a lot from my son.
In the Bible, it say
Just
out of the mouth of babes,
even some of the
right?
things he just saying, I'm like,
Because the kid is the kids. The key
I
is
do
the
that with mine all the
kids.
time.
Ain't that the
Okay.
scripture out of the mouth of babes, right? That's in the Bible. Out of the mouth of the babes. I don't know what scripture that is. We can look it up.
Yeah.
But it's in the Bible too.
I
those
learned
Christians,
from my
like,
kids.
yeah.
My
Yeah.
kids have
Learn from
definitely
these babies.
took me to points where I was like, oh, it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
damn. You know, what I had to teach my daughters is it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. You know what I'm saying? You could say the same thing in 3 different ways and it could come off
Because
completely
he still
3
called
different
me
ways.
bald head.
but
But it was, you just got
it was sweet.
You know what I'm saying?
It was
like,
sweet
all right,
and
I'll
cute.
take that.
It was
You know
love.
That shit, bro.
That was a love. That was a
still bald
lovable
at the
way.
You still bald at the end. I'm still bald at the end of the
But
day.
let me say it
but,
like this.
Yeah, you just got little hair, mommy. You know.
That's
little
so
bill.
cute. Not little bill. Stop, because my baby's been calling me Etna all day. They
it's
be
just-
telling me like, do the little dance. Come on, Etna.
I think
Off the
these
Incredibles.
babies are really onto something. Really,
They are.
I think we should listen more actually
Mm-hmm.
to them.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I think they should have more of a voice,
And
and
stop
it's not
calling these
what's
kids
happening in my
bad.
house, what stays in my house.
I
all
do
of
not
that.
like
no.
when people
I
like
absolutely
I call.
hate that.
Listen, I'm known for calling my kids
hate
baby
people
kids.
calling kids
But I
bad
say
kids.
baby as a joke for like my kids understand it's a joke for manner. I don't call my kids bad, and I don't like
Yeah, I
when
don't like
people
when people
say
do that. I hate
because
it.
for one, these kids only doing what they've seen.
Uh,
They only doing what they seen. So you can sit up here and say, "Oh, that little boy bad because he calling that girl a bitch and a hoe," and it's like he heard somebody call
Yeah, they just
somebody
modeling
a
behavior.
bitch and a hoe.
they
so
picking. They're
They're just
sponges.
modeling
They
behavior.
just
That's all
picking
they're
it up.
doing.
And that's how they get
Or
their
even they call stuff
personality.
bad that's developmentally appropriate for a child. The child's not supposed to listen. They're in
They're
the
learning.
developmental
Yeah,
stage
yeah.
where there's a bit of defiance there and they're trying to find their own way and they're doing those things because developmentally that is appropriate.
That's a child.
Which is going to this point, I wholeheartedly believe everybody who is going to be a parent or want to be a parent, y'all need to take a child development class. You need to take it because a lot of the shit y'all think is wrong with the kids or y'all think is a problem and y'all trying to whoop it out
It's not.
is developmentally appropriate. If they're not doing that, then it's a problem, right? If your 2-year-old not telling you no, not being
Then,
right,
like,
like then like
what's wrong
what's
with my
going
baby?
on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's supposed to happen. Our job as parents is supposed to guide and direct this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. We're just guiding and directing.
Yeah.
We
To
don't.
be
We can't
them.
control them.
No.
You know
we
what,
can't like force them nothing on them. We can't force them and make them to be. Cause my son had that personality when he came out, right? But I can guide him and direct him with this personality of who he is. You know, in order for him to be a successful human being.
And let them know it's safe to be himself.
And it's safe to be you.
And you know
yeah.
what?
Even at home, if you can't be yourself at home,
Yeah.
how you gonna feel going out into the world? You're not gonna feel
can't.
confident. You're
can't,
not
yeah.
gonna because you
or
can't
you
even
gonna
be you
front
at home.
and fake to be something that you're
That
not.
you're not,
Because
You
I was
perceived
on
as
my
bad.
way here and I was on the phone with somebody and they asked about the topic, today. And so I told him and he was like, well, as a parent, like I own my children, so they gotta do what I gotta
Ooh,
do.
you don't
I
own them kids.
But a lot of people might feel like that because you
That's
created
a
like,
whole-
but at the end of the day, you created a human
Right.
for this world. You
I
didn't
thought
create
my
a
son
human to
was
stay
supposed
in
to
your
have me
house
the
all day.
remote that was 2 feet in front of me because my parents, when I was a kid, I had to get ice water, had to get them the remote, right? I couldn't ask no question. I could be in my room, minding my business. At least
They gonna call you, yeah.
Come get, I need this remote or give me a glass of ice water. So I tell my son, remote right in front of me, son. you
Hand me the
get
remote.
Why? It's right in front of you. I
know
don't
that's right,
understand. You
That's
hear me?
ridiculous.
Listen, I don't understand
And that's how
why
it
you're gonna
is.
ask me to grab the remote.
Good
and
job,
it's right
nephew.
there in front of you. Like, and I had to
Good job,
think about it.
nephew.
Like,
Good job.
and I couldn't answer his question like why? And I
Because you had no answer to
I said
it.
because I said so.
Right.
That's the answer they gave me. But I still got the remote. He didn't get it.
Right.
But I couldn't get mad at him. You know.
I still did it, but
I still had to get up and get
And
the
that's
remote.
So
Right.
I do stuff like certain things I think asking for the remote if it's right next to you is ridiculous.
But,
first of
you
all,
know.
but like stuff like
in the same room, I
but
definitely done
yeah,
it.
but like like can you go get me some water or can you go get me some stuff or whatever. My son has been like, why you can't get your own, like why you can't do, and so like I communicate to him and say, do you remember there are times that I do things and I get things for you because it's a courtesy. People that you love, like
You
people
do
you're in
things.
family with, you do things for. Like
Okay.
we're not taking of course we don't take advantage of each other
But we was
and like
taking
do it.
advantage of.
We was taking advantage of.
Yeah,
Don't
we
take advantage
was.
of each other with it, but we do things for each other, and that's a good way to communicate versus say because I said so.
Because I said
Yeah.
so. That's
Because they
what
like
I
they
heard.
just
I
pushing
thought
back
about it.
against that. Because I'm something like, what?
You do
Like,
what?
you do your
Like,
own
what you
thing, like, what your
mean?
countries like, yeah.
That's
And
what
so
he
when I
gave me.
communicate to him and say we do things, he like, oh yeah, okay, and he go give me some water. And sometimes he does it, willing, like on his own. He like, mommy, you want some water? Mommy,
My
you want
son
something to
asks
drink?
me
Mommy,
all
you
the
want
time,
something?
"You okay?"
Hey, you good? Yes, I want to get you something.
My kids are at the age where they became so independent they don't want me to do anything. Like
Not
I
the
be like,
boys.
listen, and them girls, they like, I got it, I could do it. I'm like, y'all want me to make you? Oh no, I want to make it. I want to make my.
That's
I just
good.
Like, that I be
Okay.
not feeling like a mama sometimes. I be like, you don't want me to pick out your. I got my clothes. You don't want me to deal. No, I could do my own hair.
Your
You don't want me-
dynamics just has to shift. Like as far as like mothering is so many things, right? Like my son, like, cause my son don't let me pick out his clothes. Like my son's been picking out wearing his own clothes for forever, and sometimes I be trying to persuade, like, you sure you want to put them shorts with that shirt? Like, that don't match with. He be like, but he be like, I like it. I like it, like, and I'm like, okay. And that was one of the things that, like, early on, I told myself that I would allow him to do to express himself.
Yeah.
However you want to dress, whatever it is. Some things I might stop. One day his dad let him go to school with 2 different shoes on, and I was
my
like,
God.
that's
what he
ridiculous.
wanted to do.
No,
That's what he wanted
Go
to do.
ahead, nephew.
He wanted to match one side. He wanted
No.
to match the other side. That's what he wanted to
No,
do.
my son, I can't see him naked now. He won't. Like,
and that's a good thing. That's a privacy thing. So
he
that
won't. If he
teaches
got on
him
pants, I see
boundaries.
he be running. Like,
Yeah.
if he got on no shirt, let me go put a shirt on. Like,
And my
yeah,
kids
he
do
ain't-
that, but they
nah.
have no problem. They'll walk in on me in a minute. And I'm like, my privacy. Remember that?
Hey,
Like,
he'll walk in on me too.
what? I can't. No, it's they.
Well, my baby don't. My baby does that.
My baby's growing
He has
up.
the boundary for other people, like coming into the home. But my baby in the house naked on there, just underwear on. My baby when he. So again, talking about
This is
safety
my
at home.
castle.
Yeah, about safety
Yeah.
at home. He is safe, like
That's
to
what's up.
just be. And
That's
if he on
what's up.
chill mode, he on chill mode. Like he ain't doing nothing. One day he was just naked the other day until his daddy came to the house. Like, go put some drawers on or something.
It was he's in his safety net. That's he's in his peace.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Exhibitionist and smile.
Yeah.
So when we say a child's place, we're just saying basically the place that you place the child. All I'm saying is we should let them be innocent.
Yeah.
Listen to them, give them their voice.
Freedom to be themselves.
You know, freedom. Like it's not the place that we place them.
Freedom
in.
to mess up. Let them mess
Allow
up.
them kids to choose.
They're gonna make mistakes.
They don't have to watch their siblings.
They let them choose them cereal.
Let them choose their cereal.
They don't have to watch the siblings.
Let them eat
You're
that
the
cereal
parent.
in the afternoon
Yes.
sometimes.
Let them be kids. Because
Let
when
'em
they
be
get to
kids,
disrespecting and speaking up and saying this, when you get to stay in a child's place, you got to realize that you put them in this
that
adult
place.
place.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
allow them to do adult things,
Yeah.
and you already shaped them to where they got a voice, and they already feeling
And
adult.
don't teach them something and expect for them to do the opposite.
Oh,
Don't
what you
teach
taught them.
Yeah, don't teach them and say
Not
it's
on me.
okay.
Just don't do it on me.
It's okay to do this, but you can't do that with me.
You
no,
can't do that
just
with
be
me,
around the board.
Cause stuff got to make sense for you.
teach them to
Cause
be good humans.
adulthood is coming.
It is.
Yeah,
And you
you
cannot
know,
stop
And
it.
it's hard out here.
And it sucks.
You know, it's hard out here for
And
people.
I'm
It sucks.
sad.
Because
Yeah.
it is.
I don't want my babies to grow up. And
But they
just
are.
growing up.
But they
But
are.
I'm proud. I'm very proud of who I am raising. The women that I'm raising, I'm very proud. And what I can say to these parents, every parent, be proud of how far you got with raising your kids, whether it's two-parent household, a single parent, single mama, single daddy. Give yourself a pat on the back because
grandma.
it don't, single grandma, whatever it is, whoever. Give yourself a pat on the back because you made it at least this far. With no book.
The shit is hard.
With no book.
We know.
And I think too, yeah, like just even acknowledging that piece of it, like it's hard, so you're gonna make mistakes, and that's
Yes.
okay. You can
Yes.
apologize.
Yes,
Apologize to these babies.
Let's normalize that.
Yeah, like that's
Apologize
okay.
to your
Like
kids.
you can
I
say,
don't
I'm
know.
learning too, son.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
learning
have
too,
it.
daughter.
Baby,
I
we
don't
in
have
this
it all
together.
together. Like, you know, I'm gonna do some stuff that might
We in this
that might be a
together.
mistake, but you know, like let's collaborate on this or
Right.
something.
We're
Like,
gonna figure it out together.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
'Cause
That's
we
how
don't
the
got
mad
it.
problems be. My babies be, I'm like, you know what? We gonna figure this out together. Let's do this
Yeah,
together,
go get the
baby.
calculator. Whatever.
I'm not cussing out Johnny for them apples, baby, because I'm confused too. Let's look this up. Let's look
You don't
this
want to
up
get cussed
together.
out too. Like, yeah, 5 apples, Brooke. 5 apples. Like, man.
Baby, all right, let's figure it out.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Let's
But
do
love
it.
on these kids, though.
Yes, love on these kids.
Yeah.
Love on yourselves.
Yeah.
Take this Sunday, smile.
Be kind to
Try
yourself.
something this week. Try something new. Try something new because you might like it.
Mm-hmm.
Try something new.
Or just sit down,
Or just sit down and reflect.
reflect,
Yeah.
think, take a minute.
Do whatever you need
You
to
know, meditate. Yeah.
do. Do
whatever
whatever
works
you
for
need to
you.
do to make it to the next day.
But love on these babies, y'all,
Love on
and
these
allow
babies.
them to be a kid
Yeah.
and stay in a kid's place.
Yes.
All right.
Create a safe space and a
Safe-
safe place for these kids.
Safe place, safe space.
All
Yeah.
right, so that's for us. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. It's Sunday Fun Day. Where
Be
y'all
kind to
at?
yourself.
You know what it is, My Sis Podcast.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile